technicals, pwede mo i-play yung video na yan? Kasi kanina pa natin pinag-usapan yan. Sandali lang if the members of this committee would allow me to show this video ulit. Kahit na ilang beses nyo nakita. Just a refresher. Saan na yung video na yun? Please play it. Comsec. While hinahanap pa nyo yan, i-play nyo yan mamaya, ha? Huwag ready na. Pakinggan muna natin yung, meron kayo opening statement, PNP? Ito na. Balik muna tayo. Sige, play. Tatlong sasakyan, no? Montero, Pajero, at pick-up.
Naka-blinker, Mr. Chairman.
Naka-blinker pa. At naka-uniform pa.
Mr. Chair, kanino ba sasakyan yung mga yan?
PNP, have you post mo na post? Napagalaman ninyo yung mga may-ari ng sasakyan?
May-ari ng sasakyan?
Yung tatlo?
Kanino sasakyan yun?
Yes, sir. Opo, sir. Na-identify na po sila yung tatlo.
Kaninong sasakyan yun?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
would you indulge us, please?
Yes, SILG, you have the floor, sir.
Yeah. Sir, meron kaming present before, if you want. Pagpasok po nila, may mga pangalan na kung sino-sino ito.
Mas maganda yun.
At
Mas maganda.
ito po yung mga taong na kung saan po ay nakasampa na
Can
po.
you share it with this committee?
Yes, sir. Kinukuha lang
Mr.
po namin
Secretary?
at dadalhin ko po sa technical team po ninyo, sir.
Okay.
Just give us about
Please.
5 minutes, sir.
Technicals, once it is ready, just show it to us. But habang piniprepare yan, huwag na natin. Tuloy na ito. Tuloy muna ito, tuloy. Sige, play, continue. Sige lang, raw video ito. Raw video. Please, continue. Parang namamaril lang ng target board. Oh. Yun.
Sir, yan na rin yun, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, if you want to say something, since kayo nag-prepare nito, kindly annotate if you want to say something.
Well,
Please.
actually, sir, no, lahat kaya sila na-identify, it's because of these testimonies na nakuha po namin. Kaya through it, present po namin tong video na ito. Kung makikita nyo, maski ang mga pumasok na yan, no, na-identify na rin po kung saan posisyon sila, kung sino yung unang bumarel, kung sino nasa kotse. No. Yan, ayan po. Ano po ang participation? It is called through their testimonies. Baka po pwede lang, Mr. Chairman, let's just limit it to this lang po dahil under investigation na po ito ng DOJ. No? Yung ibang detalye, baka hindi na po namin maibigay na mga kapulisyahan po natin.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Well noted. Okay, now. Tingnan mo, tingnan mo yung movement. Makilala nyo kaagad kung this guy is a tactically proficient operator. Tingnan mo, pag-withdraw. Balik mo nga yun. Very tactical yung movement niya. Lahat. Yan o, yan. Oh, naputo lang. But anyway, ang process, ilan dito ang dating membro ng LRC? Di ba LRC yung the elite of the armed forces? Light Reaction Company. Meron daw dito member ng LRC?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sino,
Sir,
sino?
to answer the query of the committee a while ago, there were 11, sir.
Yes.
From the 11 suspects, hindi kasama doon yung civilian. 9, unfortunately, are with military background. They are ex-military personnel who were all dishonorably discharged for various offenses. So, shampoo yun, sir. Yung isa doon, sir, nag-training for a few months as a candidate soldier pero hindi niya tapos. And the other one is yung sinasabing ex-NPA, sir. Now, as to your query, sir, as to merong member of the LRC, formerly, sir, yes, isa po, sir.
Isa.
Opo, sir.
Bakit siya na-discharge?
Kwan, sir,
Kelly, guwalo nga, kung tingnan mga kapra, malaman natin yung background nito mga tao na ito. Is it drug offense or is it whatever offense? Alam ko, discharge siya for drugs ba yung kaso niya?
he was on AWOL, sir. AWOL. Yes, sir.
Iwol. So, out of the 9 na sinabi mo, ilan doon ng dating Scout Ranger? We have to inventory these people para makakrap up tayo ng policy ng na paano i-monitor itong mga tao after they are dishonorably discharged na hindi magamit ng masasamang tao. Lalo-lalo yung mga specially skilled soldiers. Ilan Scout Ranger?
Sir, isa doon yung, as per our verification, dating sa Ranger, sir. But yung sa LRC kasi, sir, ano rin yun, before you become an LRC, you have to take...
Ranger
specialized-
qualified ka?
Or SF qualified, sir.
SF qualified.
Yes, sir. Now, to the query of Ma'am Hontiveros, Senator Hontiveros kanina, on what the AFP has done with regards to this, the suspects with former military. Sir, when this incident happened, our leadership immediately came up with the following actions. We identified and built a database of all dishonorably discharged personnel, especially those with special skills, includes EOD, sniping, counter-terrorist skills. Also, sir, on the part of our personnel, we now have a database of those with special skills or training, sir, either active or retired, and that we are able to come up with this database for monitoring, sir. And we are conducting a review of current policies for those who are on AWOL or dishonorably discharged, sir. So we're doing that, sir, on the part of the personnel. On the training portion naman, sir, we are now crafting what would be an undertaking of contract for those military personnel who have undergone skills which is really required on the part of the military, like, as I've said, EOD or sniping cell or counter-terrorist. So parang yung sa 22K scholarship namin yan, sir, na you sign a undertaking contract just to make sure on our part that it should not be used for other purposes other than those for which it is intended po, sir. So, yun po, Mr. Honor.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Can I follow
yeah,
up lang, Mr.
go ahead.
Chair, about that report, Mr. Chairman, that the resource person is talking about? I think I did not hear anything about the use or the access to using unauthorized uniforms. Kasi yung mga pumasok po lahat, naka-uniform eh. Kasama po ba yun? Unauthorized use of uniforms, firearms, etc. Tinitingnan po ba natin yun, sir?
There is an existing policy on that, Your Honor. Unfortunately, some of these uniforms can be readily commercially available, sir, or readily can be bought.
Is there anything we can do about it? I mean, if you are saying easily, parang ganun, napakadali gawin, gayahin, etc. In fact, di ho ba sa mga pagtitipon, tinitignan mabuti yon, Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir. As I have mentioned, Your Honor, we have a policy on that. Pinagbabawal po talaga yun, sir. And
But it's hard to implement. I think you and I would agree that it's very hard to implement. And perhaps if we can find out what we can do to help you implement this policy. Mr. Chairman, if I may, because I'm seeing Secretary Remulla and Secretary Abalos giving their signals. I
Please,
think
continue.
they have to leave,
Yeah.
and we don't want to take so much of their time. I was listening attentively to Secretary Remulla about his, and I appreciate it, Mr. Chairman, when he made mention about the path of looking into the anti-terror law. I was one of the supporters of this anti-terror bill, terror law. Nabash kami, etc. Maraming hindi nakaintindi sa amin, but we hold our ground. And looking at the video kanina, Mr. Chairman, lahat po kami dito, nangingilabot, lahat kami nagngangalit pa rin, kahit na ilang beses na namin nakikita yun. And if you look at the anti-terror bill, it's clearly, Mr. Chairman, pasok doon sa anti-terror law natin, no, Mr. Chairman. I would just like to ask our DOJ Secretary, considering doon sa Section 25 ng anti-terror law, yung council may designate an individual, whether domestic or foreign, upon finding probable cause that they committed criminal acts under the law. May mga circumstances po ba? What are the circumstances that or pieces of evidence which can show that an individual has probable cause to commit acts in violation of anti-terror act to be designated as a terrorist? Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, Secretary Remulla, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In this case, Mr. Chairman, the activities that led to the killing on March 4, all are covered under the anti-terror law. The recruitment, the financing, the purchase of firearms, the distribution of firearms, everything that transpired is actually has the hallmarks of terrorism in it, Mr. Chairman. However, when the cases were filed individually, we could not really file an anti-terror case immediately, or we cannot actually file an anti-terror case immediately because it takes a lot of legal theory and a lot of research to be able to prove a terrorism case. And we are afraid right now that if we immediately file a terrorism case based on the crimes that transpired, it may prejudice other convictions that can be secured easily with the same punishment for murder, for multiple murder, Mr. Chairman. However, as a solution to the impasse here, about the surrender of Mr. Teves or Congressman Teves, we are looking at designating him or proscribing him as a terrorist, to have him proscribed by the Court of Appeals or designated by the Anti-Terror Council because of the acts that happened. Because the other persons are in custody already, there's no more need. But as far as Mr. Teves is concerned, Congressman Teves, we may need for him to be designated and proscribed, Mr. Chairman.